Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of my knitting and sometimes a little bit of crochet podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a while. I didn't realise how long it had been since my last podcast episode, so we have quite a lot to chat through. So make sure you grab a project, something to work on, something to drink, and let's get chatting about what I've been working on over the past few months. It is Friday today and I've had a pretty rubbish week mental health wise, so I've been meaning to film all week but just haven't felt up to it. But today I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. So let's start off with what I am wearing, because it is also a finished object and a new cast on since the last episode. This is my Sailor Swift top by Kutova Kika or Veronica Lindberg. This was just a super quick palette cleanser project for me. I have been wanting to make the Sailor Swift top for ages. It has been just sat in my library waiting, so I finally got the yarn for it and knitted one up for myself, and I'm so happy I did because I love it so much. I knit mine in Drops Saffron in the colourway Navy, and then the white stripes are Rowan Summer Light 4-ply in just the white colour, which I literally had one ball of in this massive bag of yarn, which I very kindly got given, and I was like, that would be perfect for stripes in a little summer top. So I got some navy to pair with it and I couldn't be happier. It was my first time ever using Drop Saffron and I got it because I wanted to try it and it was on sale for 90p a ball. So I was like, okay, this is my time, let's get some. I didn't really know what to expect. I hadn't really heard many people talk about it, and it is quite dry. Like, it's a very dry cotton. It says it's a fingering weight yarn, but I would 100% say it's more of a sport weight yarn. I'd say if you were to use it for like a 26 stitch gauge, that would be quite a dense fabric. So I mean, if that's what you like, then go for it, but I think it is absolutely perfect for this pattern and this gauge. This pattern is a 23 stitch gauge and the pattern says you can use anywhere from a fingering weight to a DK weight depending what kind of fabric you want. So I went bang in the middle and a sport weight, and I think it has turned out so lovely. It's not like, because obviously it has negative ease over the bust and it's not like gappy at all, it's just really, really lovely. I have been wanting to add one of these sort of racer back tank tops to my knitwear collection for ages, and I just felt like this pattern was the perfect one. It is knit from the top down. It is so super simple construction, and then all of the edges are finished with I-cords, but they are I-cords, but it's like you do them a little bit differently, which I'd never done before, and it just creates like a little bit of a thicker I-cord, and I think for an edging like this it's just worked out so nicely. The only modification that I made to this pattern was I added waist decreases, because I picked the size in relation to my bust measurement, but I felt like as I was trying it on it was going to be quite wide around my waist, and I wanted it to be a bit more tight fitting. So when I knit this, I had just finished my Knitty Committee tee, and all I did was steal the waist decreases from that pattern and put them into this pattern, and it worked out perfectly. There is now the perfect amount of ease on the waist. It is not tight and it's not loose, it's literally perfect. So I'm super happy with that. I can't remember how many I did. Let me count. I think I did 5. So not loads, but that's decreasing 4 stitches every round. So by the end of it, I had decreased about 20 stitches, and that has given me the perfect fit. So I'm really happy with that modification, and I'm really glad that I did it. I think the yarn worked really well for this project, and I actually really enjoyed knitting with it. There's something about it being so dry, like it made the knitting experience quite oddly satisfying. I don't know if that is the weirdest thing you have ever heard anyone say, but I just said it. So take with that what you will. The only thing I will say is the Italian bind off is not very stretchy, because this yarn has 0 stretch. I mean it works, it's fine, but it's just something to know if you're making a project where you're relying on it having a lot of stretch and bounce back. This yarn is not going to give you that, but in this project that wasn't really too much of a big deal, so it all worked out okay. The other wonderful thing about this pattern is it is completely bra friendly, which is great because I can't be doing with strapless bras and stuff. It's just not worth it for me. So yeah, that is also an absolute bonus to this pattern. As you can see, it completely covers it at the back and under the arm and everything. So yeah, that is my Sailor Swift top. I could not be happier with it. The only thing that I will say is I am struggling to find the right time to wear this, because unless you literally were to knit a tank top in like a really light fingering or lace weight yarn, it is never going to be as light and breathable as like a fabric, cotton fabric that you would like sew a tank top out of. And I find this quite thick and hot, so when it's the right temperature for me to be wearing a tank top, I don't necessarily reach for this because it's quite thick and hot. So that is the only downside, and I've kind of been thinking about it a lot, whether knitted tanks are really very practical, and I'm kind of on the fence. Maybe I just haven't found the perfect yarn. I don't know, but if I found the perfect yarn, I would 100% make another one of these. Maybe plain as well, because I love the fit of it. I feel like really confident in it, so I feel like another one, maybe omitting the stripes, would fit really well into my wardrobe. But I would love to know your thoughts about knitted tanks. In theory they're great and they work, but in practice, are they really that practical? I don't know, but let me know. Have I just not found the right yarn to knit one in yet? Moving on to my other finished objects, because there are a few, so I'm not going to go into crazy detail about them, because I have gone into more detail in previous podcasts when they were whips. So I finished the ranunculus which I was making. I knit this for Tara at Irish Artisan Yarn as a sample for her in her 65% superwash merino, 20% silk and 15% yak base in the natural colour. And this is a 4-ply yarn on like a huge needle, so it gave a super open gauge. It was looking quite scraggly before I blocked it, but blocking did absolute wonders. It opened out that lace on the yoke, and I think it just turned out so lovely. I did the sleeves in the pattern, which are more of a 3/4 length sleeve with an I-cord bind off. And I think that works really well for this sort of like open gauge, light, flowy top, sweater. I don't really know what to call it. And Tara was really happy with it as well, which I was so relieved about. It always makes me a bit nervous doing sample knits, because I just worry that they're just not going to be like good enough for them, but yeah, she was super happy with it. She did a little reel on Instagram of wearing it, and yeah, I think she's really happy with it. So that is a relief. I do have to say, this was my first ever ranunculus, and I've wanted to knit one for ages. So when Tara asked me if I would knit one, I was like, I jumped at the chance because I was so excited. And I have to say, I get the hype. I loved knitting this. It knit up so quickly. The yoke was so engaging to knit. You always wanted to get to the next little section. It was just a dream. I really enjoyed it. I did have to go up to a 7mm needle to get gauge. So of course on a 7mm needle it literally flew. And while we're on needles, I also ended up knitting it on wooden needles. I started off with metal needles and I was just finding it like so slippery and awkward having like the thin yarn on such a big gauge. So I switched to wooden needles and I was like, oh my god, why didn't I do this from the beginning? It was so much better. So yeah, just a little tip, if you're finding it really slippery and like not very easy to knit, try wooden needles. It might help. Okay, my next finished object is my Lise top. I think this was pretty close to being finished on the last episode. This has been finished for quite a while and I have worn it so much. This is the Lise top by the Knit Pearl girl, lovely Sophie. I test knit this one for her and it was a joy. I loved it. I had never done this construction before, but I was so intrigued by it. You basically work increases for the front and back shoulders, and then you split and work back and forwards for the yoke for the front and the back, and then you join in the round again, sort of like a drop shoulder. So it's like a hybrid between, so it's kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's really cool. It's so fun to knit. I loved it. And then you will go back and pick up for the sleeves and knit them in the round, and they are done in this gorgeous 2x2 broken rib, which is just such lovely detail. And I feel like this sweater just gives summer vibes. Like, it's just summer vibes. I love it. The yarn which I used for this was, why do I keep stalling on the name of this yarn? It's Rowan Summer Light 4-ply in the colourway Duck Egg, held with a mystery lace weight cotton cashmere cone, which I picked up from a charity shop. It is a huge cone. I knit this entire sweater with it and it doesn't look like I've even touched it. So that is going to last me a long time. But yeah, just like the rolled collar. There's no ribbing on the bottom, it's just a purl row and then you bind off. And then the sleeves I just did with a normal bind off as well, so that all the bind offs would kind of match. And as I said, I've got so much wear out of this already. When it's like a bit too chilly to wear a t-shirt, this is just like the perfect thing to chuck on. It's so easy. The one thing that I will say that I find a bit annoying is that when I first finished it, it was fine, but as I've worn it more and more, this bottom edge does like to roll up a bit, which is a bit annoying. So to omit that, if I were to knit it again, I would go down a needle size to do the purl row and the bind off, and that would be a lot better. That was mentioned in the test knit, so there might be a note in the pattern about that, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But just something to bear in mind if you do plan on knitting this. But yeah, that is my Lise top. Very happy with this one, and the perfect addition to my spring, summer, autumn wardrobe. I feel like it will carry me through a lot of the year. Okay, I have one more finished object to show you, and I am so happy and so proud of this one. I don't think this was cast on in the last podcast either. Wow, it really has been a long time, hasn't it? I'm so sorry. Okay, I pronounce to you my salty air tea with a gorgeous crease down front. Brilliant. This is the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Guerin. This video will be going up after her birthday, so I can say who this is for. I knit this for my gorgeous Nana for her birthday. If you're new around here, my Nana is the one who taught me how to sew, how to knit, how to be creative, basically. So I always try to make her something for her birthday and Christmas, because she's given me such special gifts. So I like to use my skills to make her something gorgeous. And when I saw this pattern, I just thought she would love it. It has this absolutely gorgeous lace yoke, and then it's just a stockinette body. The yarn which I used for this was Creative Anarchy on her Bourgeois base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% silk, in the colourway Bay. And isn't this the most gorgeous tonal, like reddy burgundy colour? I love it. I think this is like 100% one of my Nana's colours, so I really hope she likes it. I hope it fits. One thing I hate about knitting for other people is the fear that I get that it's not going to fit, but we're like pretty similar size and it fits me, so I think we should be okay. But yeah, it has little short sleeves. Sorry, I haven't cut. I've woven in all the ends and I've blocked it, but I haven't cut the ends off yet, so do mind that if you spot an end. This was my first time knitting a garment in hand-dyed yarn, so it's a bit of a new experience. I was a bit nervous that they were gonna look horrendously different, but I think it all worked out okay because I was able to knit the entire yoke in one skein, and then when I got to the stockinette body I did helical knitting until I'd finished that first skein, then continued the body with the second skein, and I think it's turned out really well. Obviously you can see like the slight variegation from it being hand-dyed yarn, but I don't think you can like tell that there's not like a line where like the second skein comes in. Well, not that I can see anyway. So yeah, I was really pleased with this, and this yarn is gorgeous. Like, it is so soft. I want something for myself in this yarn. It is a gorgeous base, and yeah, overall I just love knitting this. The lace yoke was super engaging, but once you like got the hang of it, it was like really easy to memorize each row. I did have to have the pattern up for every row, but like once you'd done the first repeat you could then kind of remember it for the next one and stuff, and you put stitch markers in between all of the repeats, so it's super easy to know where you are. Also, I will just mention the cast on for this is so interesting. Like, I had never ever done it before, never even heard of it before. I don't know if you can see this very well, but look how clean and neat this cast on edge is. It kind of gives tubular cast on vibes, but it was 10 million times easier than that, because if you've ever done the tubular cast on before, like, that is a pain. But I can't remember what this cast on was called, but yeah, it's really great for ribbing. I think it gives a really nice finish. So yeah, that is my Salty Air Tea. I will maybe by the time this video goes up I would have gifted this to my Nana, so if I have, I will pop up a picture of her in it, if she doesn't mind, so you can see, because I think it's gonna look gorgeous on her. So yeah, that's my little gift knit that I've been working on. Okie dokie, I think that's all my finished objects, so let's move on to whips, because there's a few. I'm going to start with the one which has taken consumed, should I say, literally all of my knitting time, all of my attention, all of my everything for the past month, just over a month. Look at this. I knit that. What the hell? Like, I knit that. I'm so proud of this. This is the Art Nouveau sweater by Eleanor Mortensen. How gorgeous is this? Like, it is a showstopper, if I do say so myself. This is another sample knit for Tara. She loved the ranunculus so much. She asked me if I would knit another sample for her, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to. I'm not the most experienced colourwork knitter. I've only knit 2 colourwork sweaters and a hot water bottle. So yeah, my skills are not very amazing, but I did tell her that and she was happy for me to do it still, so I hope it's okay. I hope she's happy with it, and I also hope that it kind of blocks out, because there is a little, I don't know if it will come across on camera, but there's a little bit of like puckering, bunching at the top here when I first got started. I think you can kind of tell that I kind of eased into it and like got in the rhythm of it more, because this is a fingering weight colourwork jumper. Yeah. I don't think I've ever knit a fingering weight long sleeved garment before, so this is quite the undertaking. It took me a whole month just to do the yoke. So yeah, but isn't the results just stunning? So the yarn which I'm using for this, for the main colour, I'm using her new Studio IAY merino and cashmere 4-ply. Oh my god, this is stunning. Like, oh, it's just, it is the softest thing you will ever feel. I don't know if it's superwash. No, it's non-superwash merino. It's 80% non-superwash merino and 20% cashmere. 50 grams, 200 meters. This is like the plumpest, squishiest, softest, most gorgeous yarn you will ever feel. It is my new favourite yarn of all time. It's stunning. I think I've mentioned. And this is in the colour Malachite. It's this gorgeous, like, forest bottle green. It's really lovely. And then the colour work is done in this. Look at those colours. This is her 65% superwash merino, 20% bamboo and 15% silk. So this is absolutely gorgeously soft as well. It is so drapey and light and oh, lovely. And this one is in the colourway Narin. It's like purples, greys, blues, greens. Oh. Tara and her colours, oh, they're just, she's just amazing. She is amazing at what she does. So yeah, Studio IAY is a new thing for her. I think there is a mohair and a DK weight wool and alpaca. So I am so intrigued to try the DK weight as well. As you know, as you may know, if you've watched before, mohair, me and mohair, we're not friends. We don't get on. It's way too itchy for me. But if mohair is your thing, 100% go check them out. And I will let you go over to Tara's website and Instagram and stuff to find out more about this yarn, because I won't say the right things, but I believe it is like made in quite a small mill, and it's kind of a little bit more affordable than her hand-dyed yarn, but it's still like on the more expensive side of commercial yarn, but 100% worth the price because it's gorgeous. So yeah, I have finished the yoke, as you can see, finally, and I have worked my way down some of the body. As I said, it's fingering weight, so it is slow going, but I've done a decent amount. Like, I don't know how much, but that much, like that's quite a significant amount. And I basically like finished a ball, and now once I finished that ball I went on to the sleeve. So I've just started the first sleeve, and oh, it's been so hot this week. It's been like too hot to work on this, so I am like a bit nervous I'm not going to get it done in time, because she wants it for, it's gone completely out of my head what it's called. Oh, it's gone completely out of my head. The yarn show that is up north. No, I'll put it on the screen if I remember. I can't remember. But she wants it for a yarn show basically. So yeah, there is a deadline of the week commencing 8th of September. So hopefully now it's just stocking it in the round, I can get a move on with this, and there is not too much more hot weather. So I actually want a wool jumper on my lap. It's been challenging, I'm not gonna lie. It has tested me, tested my patience, definitely. But the results are stunning and I'm so proud of it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll podcast again before I send this off, but I'll make sure to get some really lovely pictures of this before it goes back to Tara. Next whip is like half my whip, half not my whip, which I will explain in a minute. But when I finished my Knitty Committee tee, my mum was like, I think I'd quite like one of them, you know. So I was like, alright, well, if I do the fiddly bits and you slog away on a fingering weight body in your size, then I'm down. So that is what we are doing, and here she is. We're making good progress, aren't we? Wow, I hadn't seen this like this in a while. We're using the same yarn which I used for mine, which is Rowan Summer Light 4-ply. I want to say the colour is called Cherry Blossom. It's shade 00444, if that helps. And I'm not gonna lie, it came and it was a lot more peachy than I was expecting it to be, but my mum says she still really likes it, so we went for it, and this is how far we've got. So I knit the yoke, and then it's been over to my mum to knit the body, and she's doing well. We're probably about halfway maybe, because she likes things quite long. So yeah, I think she's just finished the decreases and about to start the increases. And then once the body is done, or depending when I am in the mood, I will do the neckline and sleeves, and then it will be ready for her. So yeah, hopefully we will get this done for her to wear in time for like the autumn time, because I feel like a knitted tee in the autumn is could be very handy. So not much to say on this one really, but yeah, my mum loved mine so much, she wanted one for herself, so that is what we're doing. Mum is just working away on the very long body for this one. She probably does need to try it on at some point soon as well, to just check that it's all looking okay. Should we do a new cast on next? Oh, so excited about this. Honestly, you do not understand how long I have wanted to knit this for, and I am finally doing it. Can you guess what this is? This is the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. Yay! Finally! I have wanted to make this since it came out a few years ago. I have a pink jumper which is from Asda, which I've had for quite a few years now. It is my favourite jumper of all time, and it has that collar and like placket bit here, and I love it so much, and I want another one, but it was like a one-time thing from Asda, so I can't get another one in another colour. So I was like, okay, well, I'll knit myself one then. So that is what I'm doing. So this is the beginnings of the collar. This is driving me a bit insane, I'm not gonna lie. Not the knitting, just the needles. I wish I had a ChowGoo needle this length, or actually a bit longer, because I'm using the Knit Pro Zing needles and cable, and them for Magic Loop are just an absolute pain in the bum. So yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's only for like a short while I do the collar, and so we will get through. But you basically cast on with Judy's Magic cast on, and then knit in the round for 8 centimeters-ish maybe, and then I haven't really read further on in the pattern, but I think you then connect them and then start doing the raglan increases. The yarn which I'm using for this is Drop Saffron again. I kind of got it to try to make this project, liked it, and thought it would work quite well for the Elizabeth blouse, so that is what I'm doing. I'm using the colour Chalk, I believe this is, for this, because I just thought a white, creamy white, it's not really a creamy white, it's more of like a grey white staple would just go with everything. And yeah, it's 100% cotton, so easy to wash, easy to care for, not itchy, which is very important for me. And yeah, I just thought it would work well, and so far I'm really liking it. I'm knitting this on 3.5mm needles to get gauge, and I'm knitting the 3rd size because I wanted it to be quite oversized. It's sort of designed to not have much positive ease, but I wanted mine to have a bit more positive ease, so I've gone up a size. So hopefully we will come out with the collared sweater of my dreams. That is the plan anyway. But yeah, I'm loving it so far, although I'm not because of the needles, but I'm very excited about the concept that I'm cast it on. Okie dokie. Next whip is crochet. I know, it's crochet, and it's not a blanket as well, it's a garment. I don't know what came over me, but I kept seeing that Crafty Stitch post about this pattern of hers, and I just was like, I really want that, so I cast it on. I am crocheting, I was about to say knitting, crocheting the Hallie tee by That Crafty Stitch, and I'm loving it so much. I have never ever crocheted a garment before, don't really know what I'm doing, just kind of winging it, hoping for the best, following the pattern, doing what it says, and hopefully we come up with a gorgeous looking tee. I'll show you a little picture of it. Oh, you can see yourself. That is the Hallie tee. It is a pretty simple tee, but has these gorgeous little like scalloped edges. I just loved it and thought it would be so cute for the summer. It was a very impulsive cast on one evening So I was like, right, what yarn have I got that I can use? This has been sat in my stash for ages. So I was like, okay, I think this could work. This is King Cole Finesse Cotton Silk DK. I really like this yarn. I knit my Farnham tee in this yarn and it is so soft, so lovely. I would highly recommend it. It's really affordable as well. But it's in a grey colour, so it's not the most like summery thing ever. But I was like, for my first crochet garment, I'm just going to use a yarn which I have and see how it goes. Not so then it doesn't have much pressure on it. If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter, I can just frog it. But yeah, that is what we've got so far. It is knit in pieces and seamed, which isn't my favourite, but I'll make an exception because 1, it's crochet, and 2, it's only a tee, so there's no sleeves. I don't think. I think it's just like a super boxy sort of like drop shoulder kind of thing. So yeah, that is my Hallie tee. It is, right now it's just back and forth. Is it single, double crochets? I get so confused. Why? Someone tell me why there are UK terms and US terms. Why is that necessary? Like, it's just confusing. Double crochets. We're doing double crochets. I haven't worked on this in quite a while. I really want to get back to it because I really want to wear it. Realistically, this probably isn't going to be done in time for me to wear before it's too cold, but I'm going to try. Because this, honestly, it really surprises me every time. Crochet is so quick. Like, this was like 3 evenings worth. Like, that's crazy. Very excited to see how that goes. My final whip is a super quick one. I just thought I'd give a quick update on my socks. I have finished one sock. Oh, I'm gonna drop the bag. I have finished one of my socks. This yarn is from Skein and Stitch. It is one of her Little Women colourways. I think this colourway is Amy, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a gorgeous variegated pink and green kind of vibe. And these are my first ever pair of hand-dyed socks for myself. I've knit quite a few people gorgeous hand-dyed socks. They're so soft. And I was like, I need a pair. So that is what I'm doing. I bought myself this yarn as a little treat because I love Little Women and this colourway just spoke to me. So yeah, knitting myself up a pair of vanilla socks, and I have really skinny feet and ankles. So I've gone down to 60 stitches instead of my normal 64. So hopefully they fit me a little bit better. I have literally just finished the cuff on the second sock. So now just working away on the leg. One thing about this sock, I have no idea what the hell happened, but something went very wrong when I was doing the toe, and I ended up with a different amount of stitches on each needle. So I had to do a little bit of fudging to make it work. But I think, looking back, I think it's because I forgot I was doing 60 stitches instead of 64. But you can't tell. It's worked out fine. So we just go with it. Okay, they are all my whips. If you are still here, thank you so much. This has been a long one, I feel. I don't know how long I've been filming for, but it feels like I've been talking for hours. Okay, I have a few acquisitions to show you because it has been a while, okay? So don't come for me. But where should I start? I am really struggling with my anxiety at the moment and not really able to leave the house very much. So my mum was out the other day and she popped into the Knit Lounge, which is our sort of most local yarn store really, and there was a little summer sale going on. So I gave her a little shopping list and she came home with some goodies. So first thing, which was in the summer sale, is she picked up some of this Mode Rowan alpaca cotton. Apparently this had not been very popular, which really surprised me. That's why it was on sale, because it just hadn't been very popular. But me and my mum were very excited about it, and alpaca is one of the things that I do not find itchy at all. So yeah, but she got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of these in the colour 017, and I am going to make her, my mum, by her I mean my mum, a Winnie top by Lily Kate Makes. We both fell in love with this pattern as soon as we saw it, and I'm dying to knit one. And I think this yarn, it's a blown yarn, so I think it'll be perfect for a Winnie top. And then she also got me 3 balls of the grey, because I want to make some kind of accessory. I was thinking a scarf, but if I'm honest, this isn't the softest alpaca I've ever felt. I don't know what it is about it. Although it's not actually prickling. Maybe a tiny bit. Maybe a scarf. I'm not sure. But a winter accessory, I thought would be gorgeous in this like lovely grey colour. This is colour 013. And then Sarah at the Knit Lounge has recently, well, not actually that recently anymore, but within the last few months, got in some Sandnes yarns, which I'm so excited about. I messaged her and I was like, can't wait, yay, woohoo, so excited. And I've been dying to try the Sandnes Lena. So I went a bit rogue and was like, I said to my mum, surprise me. So she came home with this. This is colour 4108, and it is this stunning, it's like coming out even brighter on camera. It's not quite that bright in real life, but it is this gorgeous like poppy red, orangey fiery red, and I think this colour actually would really suit me. I don't know, I very much neutral girly, like this is very out of my comfort zone, but I'm so excited about it and I'm dying to try it. This will probably be a next summer cast on. I just want a really simple tee with it, nothing crazy because it's a crazy colour, so something super simple. And yeah, I was just so intrigued to try this yarn because I've tried King Cotton, Linendale, Drops Bell. They're kind of like the 2 like dupes of this. I wanted to see, because it is more expensive, I wanted to see if the price difference made a difference in how soft it was. And on first impressions, I think it does feel a little bit more luxe, definitely more luxe than Drops Bell, but I'd say it's pretty much on a par with King Cole, Linendale, I will say. So yeah, that was my super rogue purchase for next summer now. And then the final yarn acquisition is I bought myself some Fibre Company Luma. I have heard many things about Fibre Company. I've always wanted to try their yarn before, but it is quite expensive. But I managed to find 8 skeins of this on Vinted for £46. These retail for £10 something a skein. I just had to. I had to go for it. I had to try it. So I was just like, you know what? Treat yourself. And yeah, this will be some kind of tee, I think, or possibly like quite an open gauge sweater, because I only have like 1,000-ish meters of this. So yeah, not 100% sure what I'll make, but it'll be something gorgeous. And Luma is it says a lofty blend of organic cotton, linen, merino wool and silk. Doesn't that just sound dreamy? It's 50% wool, 25% cotton, 15% linen and 10% silk. So it is super luxurious. Honestly, when I first got it I was like, oh, this isn't as soft as I thought it was going to be. I definitely don't find it itchy, but it's definitely not, like, I read that I'm like, oh, that must be so soft. It's not like, oh, so soft, but it is soft. And like, as you can see, the drape, oh, it's gorgeous. So yeah, super excited to try this one out. And I think whatever I make will be perfect for the transition months. And then the final yarny acquisitions which I have to share with you are two little things I got. One of them which I got for my birthday. For my birthday, I received the Liner 52 Weeks of Scrap Yarn book. And oh, I am so excited. I had a great time flicking through this and like planning out the things I was gonna knit. There's just so many cool ideas in here. I just had to get it because I was just so intrigued. There's like colourwork socks, gorgeous shawls, like loads of little sweaters, normal sized sweaters. There's quite a few scarves which I really love the look of. There's a bag as well which I loved. Let me show you some of my favourites. I really loved this one. It's a circular yoke. Let's see what it's called. Chromelia, that one is. This is the cover. I am in love with this scarf. It's the cover one. It's called Compito Candy. Oh, I really loved this shawl as well. Tiny souvenir. I thought that would be great for scraps. These socks are so cool. They're just called patchwork. So cool. I don't know if I'll ever knit them, but I just love the concept. Oh, that bag's nice. Hortensia. Really nice. And this bag, this is called Gensiana. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but it's a little bum bag. How cool is that? Oh, so yeah, there are a few of my favourites, if you wondered. I'm super excited to make something out of that book. I have 3 knitting books now, and I'm yet to knit anything from any of them. I just love having them, like, I just love looking through them, getting inspired. They're just so lovely to have, aren't they? Then I just wanted to show you some stitch markers which I got recently. I am a bit of a sucker for a stitch marker, and Unwrapped Yarn were doing like mystery bundles. So I jumped at the chance because I adore all of her stitch markers. They're just absolutely stunning. If you've never heard of them before, they're Unwrapped Yarn on Instagram and on their website and stuff. I just thought I'd show you the ones which I got because I'm in love with them. Like, I'm so happy with the ones I got. Little pink star, a little watering can, little silver star. This one's my favourite. It's a little bow! Oh, I'm so happy when I got a bow. Me and bows, honestly. Little flower. My arms are aching. Then this little one, which says beautiful things. Lovely mirrored one. Blue little flower, which is super cute. And then this little star. So yeah, I got all of that for £10, which I thought was so good. So yeah, super excited to start using them on my projects now. Okay, I think we made it. I think that is everything which I had to share with you today. Thank you so much if you made it this far. If you did, I would appreciate it so much if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That would mean so much to me and I would love to have you. I am now gonna go and grab a drink because I have been talking for way too long. I need to go and lie down in a dark room. Anyway, thank you so much for catching up with me. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you very soon for a brand new video. Bye!